monster, you say damn, monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say damn, monster, monster. That's right, we got the green light, it's a party in the pit tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll on tires that are lounging in light. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You're waiting, now you're late to the greatest show on earth. It's the monster.
Houston! This is Monster Jam!
Texas, you ready? This is JCB Racing. 12 drivers have been seeded into the bracket. Now, 4 of our fastest drivers from last weekend's event have an automatic buy-in into round 2. But first up, 8 trucks go head-to-head. Only 4 can make it to the second round. I need to hear you, Houston, if you're ready for JCB Racing.
We're going to get set here for our first head-to-head matchup in the red lane. Give it up for Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. And his opponent racing out of the blue lane. Make some noise for Jamie Gardner, El Toro Loco. Ryan Anderson and son of a digger is 1-0 in head-to-heads this year against El Toro Loco. They're going to get ready to line up. The winner will advance on to round 2 to see Gravedigger. It is time to go racing! Advancing on, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, advances on to see Tyler Menega in Gravedigger. We are running a POD style, Path of Destruction style track here. Only 2 turns for our drivers, and they need to make them count. Take a look at the replay brought to you by the original Super Glue. That time is locked in, 17.118. We are moving on to our second head-to-head matchup in the red lane. Let's hear it for Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. And in the blue lane, let's hear it for Cole Vinard, Black Pearl. Ringling Bailey Circuit 1-0 against Black Pearl this 2026 season. Ringling Bailey Circuit to the starting line first, followed by Black Pearl. Now you see those racing lights at the far end zone. They are now purple. That means they need to restage themselves. They're going to be looking for outside yellow lights. means they need to head to the starting line. 2 yellow lights means they're staged and looking for all green lights. Let's go! Black Pearl advances on into round 2. Colvinard and the Black Pearl gets that win from Ringling Bailey's circuit. He will see Mike Christensen Vendetta in round 2. Capitalizing on the tricky first turn there for Ringling Bailey's circuit. Take a look at the Super Glue glued to the action replay. Colvinard Black Pearl advances on with a time of 17.129. Moving on to our third head-to-head matchup. In the red lane, makes the noise for Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash. And her opponent racing out of the blue lane, give it up for Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Wreck Deck. This is the first time meeting between these two here in the 2026 season. The winner will see Bari Musauer and Zombie in round 2. They're ready to go. Your winner is Tech Deck, Wreck Deck. They were even through the straightaway around that final turn, but Sparkle Smash just ends up clipping that ramp and cost her the win. Tech Deck, Wreck Deck, Bryce Kenny taking full advantage of that and getting the win. There the times are locked in. He clocks in a time of 17.257. This is our final head-to-head matchup in round 1. Racing out of the red lane, makes a noise for John Gordon, Megalodon. And let's hear it in the blue lane for Zach Garner, the Rod Ryan Show. Megalodon is 1-0 against Zach Garner and the Rod Ryan Show coming in to round 9 here tonight. Rod Ryan Show pulling up to the line first, waiting the approach of Megalodon to the starting line as we're going to get set. Zach Garner and the Rod Ryan Show taking the win, moving on to see Dalton Widener and Shell Shocked in round 2. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. A little spin out there for John Gordon and Megalodon in that final turn. Zach Garner and the Rod Ryan Show take the win. Take a look at the video board. Megalodon assessed a 5-second penalty for not completing the race course and staying in those boundaries at 24.889 for Megalodon. So Rod Ryan shows Zach Garner clocking in a time of 17.196. He advances on. Let's take a look at the video board for our JCB Racing bracket. You can see in round 2, Gravedigger, Vendetta, Zombie, Shell Shocked has an automatic advancement there into round 2. We will see Son of a Digger taking on Gravedigger, Black Pearl taking on Vendetta, Tech Deck, Wreck Deck will be taking on Zombie, and the final head-to-head matchup in round 2, Shell Shocked taking on the Rod Ryan Show.
Let's do it, Houston. This is round 2 of JCB Racing. Our fastest 4 drivers are now going to be racing against the 4 fastest drivers from last weekend's event, but only 4 can make it to the semifinal round. Let me hear ya if you're ready for more JCB Racing.
For the first time here tonight, this is Tyler Menninga, Grave Digger. And his opponent there in the blue lane, advancing on into round 2, we've got Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Grave Digger is 1-0 against Son of a Digger here. This is going to be a race you're not going to want to blink, not want to get up against. These two have been battling it out for series season's points lead. And of course, these two are known for racing as we're going to get set to go green. Son of a Digger advancing on. Incredible turn of events. Grave Digger and Tyler Menninga will get the lowest amount of points. He's receiving a did not finish. Son of a Digger and Ryan Anderson, huge for points, and moves on to your JCB semifinal round. Times are locked in, 17.109, the fastest time of the night so far, belonging to Son of a Digger. Continuing on now, in the red lane, it is Cole Vennard, Black Pearl. And for the first time here tonight, racing out of the blue lane, Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Vendetta going up against Black Pearl here, as we are going to get to see who will advance on to see Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Black Pearl 1-0 against Vendetta here this year. It is Cole Vennard, Black Pearl advancing on. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. It came down to the final turn. Cole Vennard, Black Pearl advances on to see Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Take a look at that. We've got the fastest time of the night so far, 16.777. The only sub 17 seconds right now from our competitors here on this track. He will have lane choice in your JCB semifinal round. We are continuing on here in the red lane, advancing on into round 2. Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. And for the first time here tonight, in the blue lane, Barney Musauer, Zombie. Zombie is 1-0 against Tech Deck, Rec Deck this year, as we are waiting to see who will advance on to your JCB semifinal round. Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck advancing on. Last weekend, Zombie was your JCB Racing winner, and this weekend, Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck, Rec Deck moves on to your semifinal round. Take a look at that finish, a strong finish by Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck, Rec Deck through the finish line, and he will clock in a time of 17.207 as we await to see who he'll be taking on. Our final head-to-head matchup here in round 2 for the first time here tonight, racing out of the red lane. Make some noise for Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. And advancing on into round 2 there in the blue lane, we've got Zach Garner and the Rod Ryan Show. The winner will see Tech Deck Rec Deck in the semifinal round. The winner of this matchup needs to get a time faster than 17.207 to receive lane choice in your semifinals. Zach Garner and the Rod Ryan Show continues his consistency through that final turn. It was very close between him and Shell Shocked. Takes the win, punches it there at the very end. And take a look at that time, a 16.996. He will have lane choice here and the second fastest time of the night so far.
Monster Jam fans, having some fun up here on the third level. I'm here with my buddy Caleb, and you know, I got something really cool for you. I like your shirts. So I have a lot of, well, let's just say one big prize to give you. But first, you have to answer this question right. Let's put it up on the Monster Jam video board and see what it is. The question is,
what type of fuel Monster Jam trucks run? A, space age rocket fuel. B, racing methanol. C, propane. D, strawberry induction. If you know the answer, let's hear it.
well, I think strawberry shake can be completely out there. I mean, you can choose it if you want, you know. Proof is in the pudding. I guess we'll find out. But what do you think?
I think it's B.
You think it is B. Let's see if he is right. Come on, Caleb. Come on. You got it right, buddy. You know what? Hold on. Stay right there because I got something really cool for you. It's going to match your shirt. I wish I could have gotten it for you for Christmas, but check this out right here. This is the Losi RC brought to you by Losi, and you just won this thing. You guys get your very own Losi as well, Losi.com. Now, let's get back to some more of the action. Kay.
Congratulations to him. Take a look at our JCB Racing bracket. We're going to be entering into our semifinal round. Son of a Digger will be going up against Black Pearl, but Black Pearl has lane choice with that quick time of 16.777. Our final head-to-head matchup will be Tech Deck Rec Deck going up against the Rod Ryan Show, with Rod Ryan Show having lane choice with that 16.996.
This is the semifinal round of JCB Racing. Our fastest four drivers have made it to this round, but oh boy, only two can make it to the final round. I need to hear you if you're ready for more JCB Racing.
We're going to get ready for our first head-to-head matchup in the semi-final round. In the red lane, we've got Black Pearl, and in the blue lane, we've got Son of a Digger. The winner will move on to your JCB Racing final round. Black Pearl with lane choice. Let's go racing! Your winner is Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger. It looked like Black Pearl had some issues off the starting line. Take a look at the replay. And then at that first turn, it looks like he almost caught back up to Son of a Digger, takes that turn, and then it is Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger who just hits that throttle, gets the win, and with that win moving on, he now takes the lead in our series season's points chase. We're going to wait that official time, though, brought to you by our Monster Jam timing system. Keep in mind that those times very crucial here, as it is lane choice for our drivers. Take an inside cab look at Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger locked in into JCB Racing right here. There it is. The time is locked in, a 17.050 for Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Still looking like they're on the track. I don't know, Casey, if you can know what's going on right now. Black Pearl, it looks like they're having some power issues.
I touched base with Cole Vernard, driver of Black Pearl, before the event, and he said that they swapped the entire engine on that truck after last Sunday when he wasn't able to make it back. I don't know if there's a timing issue. They took him to the back, and we're going to find out what's going on after Monster Jam Racing.
All right, thank you, Casey. We're going to go to our final head-to-head matchup here in JCB semifinal round. There in the red lane, we've got Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck Rec Deck. And in the blue lane, it is Zach Garner and the Rod Ryan Show. The winner will move on to see Son of a Digger. And of course, Rod Ryan Show, having lane choice, stays in the blue lane where he's been super fast. We'll see if Tech Deck Rec Deck and Bryce Kenny can move on as we get set to go green. What a race between these two. We're going to the Monster Jam timing system. It is a photo finish. Take a look at the final turn. Tire to tire. Houston, who do you think the winner is? Look how close this is coming down to. Your winner is Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. Look at that time, 16.890. That is the second fastest time of the night. He will have lane choice against Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger.
Houston, if you're having a good time, let me hear you scream!
This is the final round of JCB Racing. Our fastest two drivers have made it to this round, but only one can win JCB Racing. Let's hear it if you're ready to meet your final contenders.
Racing out of the red lane, he's your 2025 Viral Moment Award winner from Kernersville, North Carolina, Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. And racing out of the blue lane, he's a five-time World Finals champion from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. This is Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger. Tech Deck Rec Deck has lane choice, second fastest time of the night so far. He pushes Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger to the blue lane. 12 points are on the line for our competitors. Waiting for the arrival of Tech Deck Rec Deck. Let's go racing! Your winner is Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger. Tech Deck Rec Deck so fast off the starting line, goes around that first corner, and then you see the smoke coming out. Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, takes full advantage, gets the win, continues to stay on top of the leaderboard here in the series season's points chase. Our JCB Dirt Squad is going to have to take Tech Deck Rec Deck outside to the back. Of course, we'll get an update from our pit reporter, KCG. But Houston, your winner of JCB Racing, makes a noise for Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger takes home his very first racing win here this 2025 season. He is standing by with KCG.
Ryan, with this victory, you are now back on top of the lead when it comes to the series points chase. Houston is notorious for very tricky track conditions. Talk to us about how you navigated it to secure the victory.
Yeah, honestly, everybody's lap times that was racing was faster than mine. Everybody's trucks was quicker. I was just consistent, man. Cole, honestly, I got to give hats off to Cole. The starting light wasn't exactly clear, so he checked up on it. He probably should have beat me, but oh well, at least it was one of my best buddies. I'm making up for you at home. But yes, this tacky dirt plays tricks on us. It's hard to handle even a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck in its tacking conditions, but we're just getting started, and the tackier the better later in this event.
I love that you mentioned that, because coming up next is the skills competition. Some friendly camaraderie down here on the track. Generally, the more tacky the dirt, the better for skills, because you need that traction out here. Talk to us about how you're going to use that to your benefit.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely get a lot better tricks with the tackier compounded dirt, but at the same time, if you're not ready for it, it'll also mess you up just as easy. So there's a good chance you're going to see some of the craziest tricks you've ever seen, some of the cleanest skills you've ever seen, but there's also an even bigger chance you're going to see some big crashes, big fails, because we're all going for it. We're chasing these points down. We're going wild. I always roll the dice. The points lead is awesome. It's great, but nothing makes me happier than doing something crazy in that truck for you fans. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I can tell you one thing. I'm going to go for the hardest trick I can possibly go for. Win, lose, or draw. I hope it's spectacular for you fans.
He secures the first victory of the night. Let's hear it for your JCB Racing winner, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger.
Let's hear it for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. Celebrating 25 years in that truck right there. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Go there. Your city code is HOU. You guys have 20 seconds to lock in those scores now.
Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. The reverse popper with a little smoke coming out of the Crazy Bull goes into the wheelie across the racing ramp. And that will be Jamie Gardner and El Toro Loco's attempt. Let's see what you thought, a 6.276. Our second driver coming up will be Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. We've got Bailey Circuit, the sidekick out on the ground, out on the track, hanging out with us. Kind of went viral a couple weeks ago in Anaheim. She likes to mimic her driver, Corey Rummel. We'll see what he's got here. Looking for his very first skills win here of 2026. Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit, took a break last year. Has come back to Monster Jam here this season, driving the brand new Ringling Bailey Circuit. Does a lot of outside work with Monster Jam trucks. Been part of Monster Jam for quite some time as well. We'll wait to see what he comes up with. Remember, our drivers will have 2 attempts to complete 1 move. And there you see he's coming through the tunnel right now. Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. He will be able to redo his attempt here. Remember, 2 attempts to complete 1 move. If he does not complete this attempt, that will be the end of his run.
Let's hear it for Corey Rommel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. You can scan this QR code. It will take you to judgeszone.com. 20 seconds on the clock.
Take a look at the super glued to the action replay. He goes for the bicycle attempt. First time I think we've seen that attempt from Ringling Bailey Circuit here this season. Our second competitor waiting for your scores here at judgeszone.com. Time is ticking down. Score to beat 6.276. El Toro Loco. While your score for Ringling Bailey Circuit is 5.312. She's our third driver up. Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash. She will be allowed 1 more attempt.
Look at her go. That was Kayla Blood. Sparkle Smash. 20 seconds. Come on, Houston. What did you think? Locking those scores now.
Kayla Blood, Sparkle Smash, throwing down a great attempt. Uses the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp to get into the popper, then has a brief pause for the stoppie, goes back into the nose wheelie, and then finishes off with a moonwalk combination move there for Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash. Let's see what your scores are. Your scores are in. Your score for Sparkle Smash is 8.247. We got a new leader, Sparkle Smash. Let's take a look at the super glued to the action replay. Uses the trench box off the Morgan & Morgan backflip into the popper. You see a couple brief pauses for some stoppies, then goes into the nose wheelie. That's the forward momentum on the front 2 tires. You'll see her then stop and then go back into the moonwalk right there. Combination move there for Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash. Pays off. She is in the top spot. 8.247, the new score to beat. Moving right along, we got John Gordon, Megalodon. Megalodon's John Gordon will have 1 more attempt.
Let's hear it for John Gordon, Megalodon. Scoring is open, 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores right now, Houston.
John Gordon and Megalodon goes for the popper attempt off the ski jump, using that little lip there at the bottom of the ski jump to try to get into that popper to kick those back BKT tires off and try to get that forward momentum there to stand on those front tires. Get those scores locked in. Time is ticking down there at judgeszone.com. You can see that tunnel view there. Going out to the pit area, scores are locked. Your score for Megalodon is... You gave him a score of 4.787. Up next, it is Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger.
Make some noise for Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. 20 seconds, judgeszone.com, locking those scores.
Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger with the bicycle and goes half the length of the track here. Take a look at the replay brought to you by the original Super Glue. Just riding there on the rims of those, on the sidewalls there of the BKT tires. Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger with a great bicycle and a great attempt. Let's see what you thought about that bicycle attempt, though, at judgeszone.com. Your scores are locked. Your score to beat Sparkle Smash, 8.247. Houston, your score for Gravedigger is 8.517. We got a new leader, Gravedigger. Our next driver up, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, celebrating 15 years of son of a digger this season. Currently has 4 Skills Challenge wins this year. He's going to be allowed to have one more attempt.
Whoop! Ryan Anderson, everybody, son of a digger. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores. judgeszone.com.
Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, goes for the bicycle. Let's take a look at that replay. Take a look there. He is just riding there on those 2 tires and gets pretty close to that out of bounds line. Rolls over, though. He's about to get into that sidewall donut. Scores are locked. Keep in mind, your score to beat right now is Gravedigger and Tyler Menninga, 8.517. Your score for son of a digger is... All right, you gave him a 7.803, good enough to sit in 3rd.
Monster Jam fans having some fun here in the stands. I'm in section 305. We're hanging out with my buddy here, Tristan, and I have really cool gift for you, okay? You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but first, we have to play sliding trivia. So let's put it up on the Monster Jam board. I'm going to explain how this works, okay? The question is going to pop up. What is the top speed of a Monster Jam truck? Now the slider is going to start slowly scrolling to the right. You have to tell it to stop when you know the top speed of a Monster Jam truck. Are you ready?
Yes.
He is ready, and slide it. Just tell it to stop.
Stop.
Ooh, okay, all right. Let's see. 80, let's see. Oh, you got it right. You know what? I have a really cool gift for you. Some swag, a gift set from Chick-fil-A. Not only that, let me get up here. Everybody here in 305 has just won a free Chick-fil-A kids sandwich or kids meal. Yeah, you get Chick-fil-A. You get Chick-fil-A. Make some noise, everybody, for Tristan.
Congratulations to that section. Now, you fans can also be winners by scanning the QR code and downloading the Chick-fil-A app. If you already have the app, then make sure you turn your location service on and make sure you grab some Chick-fil-A. Scan the QR code and download the Chick-fil-A app. We're going to continue on here with our next driver up, Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. He's going to be able to have one more attempt here in the skills challenge.
For Bryce Kenny, Deck Rec Deck, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores. 20 seconds.
Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck Rec Deck throwing down some nice combinations out on the track. Let's take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. He uses that lip off of the ski jump into the popper, into the nose wheelie, and rides it almost halfway through the far end of the track. Then with the stoppie back into the moonwalk, a nice combination here for Tech Deck, Rec Deck. Scores all locked, your score to beat right now. It is Gravediggers 8.517. Your score for Tech Deck, Rec Deck is... Hey, we got a new leader, 8.837, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. Take a look at the video board. This is where we stand in our Monster Jam Skills Challenge. Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. Currently, our score to beat, 8.837. Tyler Menninger and Gravedigger drops to second. Sparkle Smash in third. And Son of a Digger, El Toro Loco round out your top five. Let's get ready for our next driver up, Zach Garner, the Rod Ryan Show.
Let's hear it for Zach Garner, the Rod Ryan Show. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores, judgeszone.com.
Zach Garner, the Rod Ryan Show, going for that bicycle attempt here. You can scan the QR code up on the video board to lock in your scores. If you've not started scoring, you can do so at any time. As we take a look at the replay here, does a little power stop there in the middle of his bicycle. The super glue glued to the action replay. Scoring is locked for Zach Garner and the Rod Ryan Show. Your score for the Rod Ryan Show is a 6.053. We've got our next driver up. Take a look at the video board.
Hey, Sam, get ready. It's time for shell shot skills.
Steering wheel is out on the ground. Back into the moonwalk with no steering wheel. Into the reverse popper.
Make some noise for Dalton Winder, shell shocked. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores, judgeszone.com.
Dalton Winder and shell shocked with his signature move, throwing it down here in NRG Stadium, goes into the popper and then balances it out, takes the steering wheel off, and you already saw, throws it out on the ground, goes back into the moonwalk, into the reverse popper for great combinations. Scores are locked. Your score to beat, Gravedigger, 8.517. Dalton, you ready to see your score? Let's see that score. We got a new leader, Dalton Winder, shell-shocked. You gave him a score of 9.205, and he is now your new leader. Take a look at the replay. The popper off the racing ramp goes back into a moonwalk, balances it out, takes that steering wheel off, and you can see it fly to the ground right there, back into the moonwalk. You'll see the reverse popper. That is the move that now currently has him sitting at the top spot, 9.205. That is the new score to beat. The Monster Jam Skills leaderboard up there on top. Dalton Winder, shell shocked, followed by Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck, Tyler Menaga, and Gravedigger. Your top three here in the Skills Challenge. Houston, get those zombie arms moving for Barney Sauer. Zombie.
Bari Musauer, everybody, Zombie. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores, judgeszone.com.
Bari Musauer, Zombie going for the huge sky wheelie off the lip, off of the ski jump. A hard landing. It looks like our JCB Dirt Squad's going to have to take him out to the back. A hard landing. I think it was at front left here. Time to get those scores locked in. He is pumped up. All right, your scores are locked. Your score to beat Shell Shock 9.205, and your score for Zombie is 7.909. Let's take a look at the super glued to the action replay. Zombie Bari Musauer getting a big sky wheelie there, and then the hard landing. You see that front left tire kind of taking a hard impact there. They're going to take him out to the back. Julian Ramos, his crew chief, going to take a look at that. Take a look at the video board, though. Dalton Weidner and Shell Shock is your score to beat, 9.205. That is the score to beat. Coming into our final driver here in just a moment. Tech Deck Wreck Duck, though, showing up and showing out. Sitting in second right now. Gravediggers Tyler Miniga in third. Sparkle Smash Zombie and Son of a Digger, your top 6 here in our Monster Jam Skills Challenge. Coming up next, it is Mike Christensen, Vendetta. He's got one more attempt here in the skills challenge.
Let's hear it, Houston, for Mike Christensen, Vendetta. 20 seconds on the clock, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores now.
Mike Christensen and Vendetta going with the slap wheelie here. The super glue glued to the action replay. And wheels it down almost the entire length of the track. Sets it back down. We are about to crown a winner here in our skills challenge. Your score to beat, Shell Shocked, 9.205. Your score for Vendetta is 7.160, which means your winner of Monster Jam Skills Challenge, Dalton Weidner, Shell Shocked. Dalton Weidner and Shell Shocked wins his very first competition of 2026 and wins the very first skills challenge here for him this year. Make some noise for Dalton Weidner and Shell Shocked. Belt Weiner and Shell Shock now standing by with our pit reporter, Casey G.
Dalton, congratulations on your first competition win of the 2026 season. You and I were just talking about how putting the steering wheel out the window has kind of become your thing.
Yeah, I mean, I started doing it because, you know, I've been trying to learn how to do these combos and stuff. And I mean, the one I just did wasn't the smoothest in the world, but I think I'm starting to figure it out. But for a while, you know, all I could really do was stoppies and hold them real well and stuff. And I was trying to distinguish myself. So I started dropping the steering wheel out the window. And it seems like everybody here loves it, man. Everybody comes up to me in pit party and asks me if I can do it over and over again. So I'm going to keep doing it till it gets old.
We were talking last week about how when it comes to Monster Jam Freestyle, which is our final competition coming up next, you said you've been trying to find your groove, trying to find that momentum in freestyle. What do you have up your sleeve to impress these Houston fans?
Oh, man, I don't know that I have anything up my sleeve. I'm just going to, you know, let my hair down. I've been trying to save that body for as long as I possibly can because it looks so good. But, man, it might be time to let this thing go tonight. What do you think, Houston? Y'all ready for some freestyle or what?
Monster Jam fans, do not go anywhere. NRG Stadium, and those tuning in across the country and around the world on YouTube. It is my great honor to introduce to you the voice of Monster Jam here to talk about the 25th anniversary of El Toro Loco, Scott Douglas.
Thank you, Kay. Great pleasure to be here in Houston tonight. You know, in 2026, we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of one of the most iconic and most popular Monster Jam trucks in the entire world and in sports history. That, of course, is El Toro Loco. You know, since that debut in 2001, El Toro Loco has thrilled millions of fans all over the world. And now it has expanded to a full fleet of top-level trucks and some of the most talented drivers in the world. As a matter of fact, this year, there's an El Toro Loco truck on every one of the 5 domestic championship point series in Monster Jam, and there's an El Toro Loco team touring internationally as well. You know, El Toro Loco has won Monster Jam World Championships and built a legacy of excellence. 25 years of El Toro Loco as a Monster Jam worldwide phenomenon, and it all started humbly in 2001 with that very first El Toro Loco Monster Jam truck. And I got to tell you, we're very honored tonight that very first Monster Jam El Toro Loco truck driver is here with us in the building on this 25th anniversary of El Toro Loco. You know, the El Toro Loco 25th anniversary celebration, like everything in Monster Jam, is going to reach its crescendo at Monster Jam World Finals, which will be coming up July 4th weekend in Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, you got to plan on joining us, the greatest event in Monster Jam, the greatest competitions, the grandest competitions, if you will, the world's biggest pit party, and so many special events that will be going on all throughout those 3 days at Monster Jam World Finals. Among those special events will be the 2026 Monster Jam Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. And it is my great honor to tell all of you in NRG Stadium and everybody watching on the live stream at home tonight that in Salt Lake City, Utah, at the Monster Jam World Finals, we will induct into the Monster Jam World Finals of the Monster Jam Hall of Fame at the World Finals the original El Toro Loco driver, the one and only Lupe Souza. Man, I'm not even gonna let you get a breath. How does that sound? Monster Jam Hall of Fame, Lupe Souza.
I love it. I love it. This has been my life. Monster Jam has been my life. All you great fans here in Houston, where it all started for me, has been part of my life for so many years. And this is so humbling. I have no words to express other than thank you, Monster Jam. Thank you, Feld, for putting me in the truck for all these years and let me do what I want to do for all these great Monster Jam fans. Because if it wasn't for them, I would be standing here in front of you, in front of these cameras, talking right now.
You know, you think about it, we will go to the Monster Jam World Finals and have the Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. You will be inducted. Tom Meents will be inducted. You think about the battles you guys, the thrills you gave all of these fans. You know what kind of memories flood back when you think about the amazing career you had for so long?
Well, you know, today I think we've swapped a lot of memories back and forth. But, you know, it always goes back to the roots of Monster Jam, and that's the fans. The Monster Jam fans has always been the adrenaline that keeps me going and makes me do those crazy things that I always did in freestyle. I always loved...
Check. All right, we're good.
When it came to freestyle, that's where I let it all out, and I knew what these fans wanted, and I always lived by one rule: try to get the fan out of the seat, standing up, and make them forget about everything going on in their life and just have some fun here at Monster Jam.
Have some fun. That's what you were all about. But you know what, Lupe? I want to point the fans' attention to the video board. You and I can look at this monitor right over here, because I got a real special video I want you to look at. Take a look.
They want to see destruction, but they want to see the style. I like to put it on the ragged edge.
This guy knows crazy real well. That goes with the name, El Toro Loco, the crazy boy. Oh, stay in front, out of camper, and he went for it. Don't do it! Oh my! You've got to be kidding me! The entire place is standing at Sam Boyd Stadium. Lupe's coming out like a house of fire. Here comes Lupe Souza. Oh, that's a rough shot in the valley. Oh, what a save! It's the move of the night.
If I can see the stadium lights through the windshield, I know I'm doing something that's pretty spectacular, especially when I can hear 50, 60, 70,000 people over the engine, and I know I've done something pretty crazy.
Boy, when you look at that video, and I've got to... We talk so much about El Toro Loco, 25th anniversary you started. You were also the very first advanced auto parts grinder driver. That's what... When... You want to switch? When you look at those highlights, what comes to mind? I mean, what do you think when you look at some of that stuff, those campers, the way you just destroyed the truck for these fans?
You know, again, I have to go back to the one rule I always live by, and that's go out, get on that track, and do what all these great fans are here to see. You know, the pains, they go away, but the glory always lasts forever. And the glory always goes to the good one upstairs, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to do what I did for so many years and give these great Monster Jam fans everything they come here for. So when I see videos, when I see pictures of past events, it always goes back to what I needed to do when I got in that truck. I knew I had to do one thing. I had 2 minutes to do it, and that's thrill these Monster Jam fans. Bottom line.
You always did it. You know, final thing, Lupe, and this may sound egotistical here, but I don't care. So I had the honor of being inducted in the with Dennis Anderson. So it's Dennis Anderson, Scott Douglas, Gary Porter, Mike Wales, Tom Mentz, Lupe Souza. Welcome to the Immortal Club of the Monster Jam Hall of Fame.
Oh, it's so great. I have no words, but again, thank you to everybody. Failed Motorsports, Monster Jam, and most importantly, the Monster Jam fans, because you wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here, and none of us would be inducted into the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for all these great fans. And one more thing. Si eres latino, quiero irte, porque por ustedes estoy aquí, porque ustedes me apoyaron por tantos años.
One more time. At the Monster Jam World Finals, Salt Lake City, Utah, he joins Monster Jam Immortality. But let me tell you this. He's done Monster Jam proud everywhere he's gone. He's always been one proud Texan, and he's going to the Monster Jam Hall of Fame. One more time, Lupe Souza.
Congratulations to Lupe Souza.
We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. Houston, this is Monster Jam Freestyle!
Seconds left on the clock for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. And the clock is paused for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. 25 seconds left. Has the go-ahead to refire with 25 seconds left. Started out his run super strong with that Morgan backflip. Waiting to see if he can refire with 25 seconds left here. Our first competitor of Monster Jam Freestyle.
Make some noise for Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco. 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores right now. JudgesZone.com.
Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco kicking things off here in our Monster Jam Freestyle competition. Waiting for you fans to get those scores locked in. Do it like you've been doing it for the first half of Monster Jam using JudgesZone.com. Looking like a 4-link bar issue there for Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco. He'll go to the back. There he is. Show him some love. El Toro Loco. Scores are locked. Your score for El Toro Loco is... It is a 7.439.
Well, the energy is electric. We are already into Monster Jam Freestyle, but before this, our crew chiefs and technicians were busy in the back, making sure that our fleet was good to go for our final competition of the day. So I want to update you on some things that they were working on. We're going to throw a picture up on the video board, and we're going to talk about Zombie. They ended up fixing a broken Heim joint on the tie rod on Zombie. If you look at the outer ring, that's the outside of the Heim joint. If there's a lot of pressure that's placed on a component, something has to give, and it ended up being that outer ring on the Heim joint. I actually brought inside the inside of that to show you what this looks like. There's a little ball right here, and this moves. It allows for the tires to be able to be steered. If you think about what a joint does, it moves like your elbow joint. It allows for movement. Same thing with this. So luckily on the tie rod, it was a very quick, easy fix. And as you can see, Zombie is down on the track, ready to go for Monster Jam Freestyle. And actually right next to me, we've got Zombie driver Bari Musauer. Bari, we're so excited that your truck is good and ready to go for Freestyle. Are you ready to lay down some action?
Oh yeah, you know, anytime we come to Houston, it's always a packed house. Houston, are you having fun tonight? Let me hear ya! You know what? I think we get back to the business at hand. Make some more noise if you want to see freestyle right now.
10 more competitors remain here in our Monster Jam freestyle competition. Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco, has set the bar here for 7.439. That is the score to beat. Let's go through a little bit of our freestyle competition. Right now, here in the round 9 as we enter into things, Zombie has 3 freestyle wins so far. Gravedigger has 2 freestyle wins. Ringling, Bailey Circuit, Wildside, which is now Rod Ryan Show, and Son of a Digger both have 1 freestyle competition win here in coming into round 9. So that's where we stand right now in our freestyle competitions. Also, Monster Jam fans, the QR code is up. Scan to donate here to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Now take a look. Look at your donations. Look at all of you here in Houston and those watching on YouTube. We appreciate it. Look at that, El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, Megalodon, Black Pearl. Almost all of our drivers here have donations to his or her name, and we really appreciate it. Keep sending in those donations, fans. It's all about the children and the families of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We couldn't do it without you. We appreciate each and every one of your donation. Like I said, even if it's only $1, $1 can make a difference, a huge difference in a family's life, especially when their child is going through childhood cancer. Once again, scan to donate here for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. If you're ready for some more Monster Jam freestyle, I need you all to scream for Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash! Down to 50 seconds for Sparkle Smash. "32 seconds left there on the clock for Sparkle Smash. The clock is paused. She still has the green light and is being told to refire. Hopefully everything is good there. 2 great saves off of that clipping of the ski jump for Caleb Blood and Sparkle Smash. Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash, our 2-time Extreme Air Award winner. One of the most fearless female competitors and drivers here we have.
Let's hear it for Caleb at a Sparkle Smash. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. 20 seconds, locking those scores now.
Unfortunately, her run ends a little premature here for Kayla Blood and Sparkle Smash. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. Starts off with a slap wheelie with a little confetti coming out of the horn there. Use those replays to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. It's essentially a highlight package, a highlight reel there of all the great moves our drivers do throughout their run. Scores are in. Your score for Sparkle Smash is 7.305.
Monster Jam fans, I am here hanging out in the stands now with Ashley, and you know what I have for you? First of all, you're having a good time, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have something very special for you. Look behind you. Free Chick-fil-A for an entire year for you, but you have to give me your best air guitar. You think you can do that?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Ashley, DJ, let's hit it. Oh, yeah. Do it like you're really into it now. Yeah. Yeah. Give it up for Ashley, everybody. Hold on, we don't give you whiplash. Okay, so we have free Chick-fil-A for you for a year, and we got some pretty cool Chick-fil-A swag. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
Let's give Ashley a round of applause, everybody, for playing the air guitar.
Congratulations to Ashley winning free Chick-fil-A for a year, and you fans can be winners too. Let's scan that QR code, download the Chick-fil-A app, and if you haven't, or if you already have the app, make sure you turn on your location services and check out one of your nearest Chick-fil-A's. We're going to get ready to continue on with our next driver up, Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Lines up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip.
Let's hear it for Christensen in Vendetta. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores. You guys got 20 seconds.
Vendetta lines up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip, and then it looks like he just lost power. A backflip for Mike Christensen and Vendetta. We've seen him execute those time and time again. Take a look at the super glue glued to the action replay there from Mike Christensen and Vendetta. Couple more minutes, or a couple more seconds left there at judgeszone.com. The score to beat is El Toro Loco, 7.439. Scores are locked there for Vendetta. Take a look. A 5.991 for Vendetta.
He's down in cruise seating watching everything that is taking place down there on the track for Monster Jam Freestyle. It is our zombie driver, Bari Moosauer. And Bari, you're going last in the freestyle lineup. What is it about Houston that just creates really big freestyle action?
Oh, man, it's just the atmosphere here. I mean, look at this place. It is packed here in NRG Stadium, man. The fans here in Houston love it. We're coming back here next weekend for 2 big events, so maybe we can see some familiar faces from tonight right back here in the house on Saturday and Sunday. So it's just something about the city. They love Monster Jam. I love freestyling in Houston. H-Town, are you ready for more?
And they've got a lot more action coming their way. I want to turn things on over to your teammate, your crew chief, Julian Ramos. Julian, we talked last year about how the zombie truck is built like a tank. Of all of the breakage that we saw throughout the year, we probably saw the least amount of breakage on zombie. What is your secret to keeping that truck on the track?
Just keeping it tight all the time. It's just nutting and bolting and following our usual routine.
I love hearing the pop from these Monster Jam fans. The energy in here is electric. Barry, I'm throwing it on back to you because these Monster Jam fans, so many of them are second generation, third generation fans. They know Monster Jam, they love Monster Jam, and the energy in here is incredible.
Oh, it really is, and I'm here having the time of my life myself. 15 years into my career, I'm living a childhood dream. I followed my dreams, got noticed racing radio control trucks, and, I got noticed, and I really stuck to it. It took 4 years to be hired on professionally, but here we are living this dream, working it at a high level. We get to go out last, like you said, but you earn that spot. We actually won freestyle last week in Anaheim, and that's how you earn the spot to go last. So we get to see everybody go, see how the ramps are throwing the trucks, maybe eliminate some jumps that I don't want to touch, but and fly high on the ones that I really want to hit hard. So man, I'm glad that you guys are here. You're making history with us every year. We love you guys for coming out. I'm just a fan myself out here watching freestyle. I can't wait for the next truck.
Well, I know I speak for myself and all these fans when we say we can't wait to see what the zombie team will do out on the track for Monster Jam Freestyle.
Monster Jam fans, I am here in the stands with Kendall, and I have 4 Disney on Ice tickets for you, but nothing comes for free. I have a song. We're going to play Finish the Lyric, okay? Let's see if you can finish this lyric. DJ. You guys can sing along. Come on, don't be shy. Right here.
Let it go. Let it go. Oh, I forgot.
You did just fine. Let me tell you what. In front of 40,000 people, you deserve Disney on Ice tickets coming right here to NRG Stadium in April. Everybody give Kendall a round of applause. Now, who's ready for more Monster Jam Freestyle?
We're going to move on here with our next driver up, Zach Garner, The Rod Ryan Show. Lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip back into a popper. 35 seconds left. Let's see how he ends this run. Some hang time off of the big ski jump. Down to 25 seconds. The save with 10 seconds.
Make some noise for Zach Garner, the Rod Ryan Show. 20 seconds on the clock. What did you think? Head to judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores now.
Zach Garner, the Rod Ryan Show, throwing down a heater of a run. Big air, lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Huge transfer off that ramp there at the far end of the track, opposite of the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Your scores are locked. Your score to beat is El Toro Loco. 7.439. Your score for the Rod Ryan Show is... Wow, 9.349. Your new leader, Zach Garner, the Rod Ryan Show. Let's take a look at the Super Glued to the Action replay. Zach Garner, the Rod Ryan Show, throwing down a great freestyle run to put him in the top spot. A big transfer, some nice hang time, lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Gives us a little bit of everything, even a couple saves throughout his run. You, the fans here inside of NRG Stadium, put him in the top spot, 9.349. Let's take a look at the freestyle competition leaderboard. Rod Ryan Show in first. El Toro Loco sitting in second. Sparkle Smash and Vendetta round up the 4 competitors that have ran in freestyle. Up next, we got Dalton Widener, Shell Shocked. Down to the 60-second clock for Shell Shocked. Seconds left. takes a look at the Morgan backflip with 20 seconds left. He lands it. 15 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what he has left in the tank.
Make some noise for Dalton Whitener, shell-shocked. 20 seconds on the clock, locking those scores, judgeszone.com.
Dalton Whitener, shell-shocked, throws down a very consistent run here for Dalton Whitener. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Scores are in. Your score for shell-shocked is a good score, 8.1 to 6-0, puts him in the second spot. Coming up next, we got John Gordon, Megalodon.
Let's hear it for John Gordon, Megalodon. 20 seconds on the clock, judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores right now.
All right, I'm getting word from our Monster Jam officials. There will be a 1-point deduction. As our rules state, a Monster Jam driver must complete 60 seconds of their run, otherwise they'll be deducted 1 point. And of course, our Monster Jam drivers must fulfill 30 seconds on the clock in order to receive a score, period. So John Gordon and Megalodon will get a score as we take a look at the Super Glue to the Action replay. Scores are locked in. Remember, there's a 1-point deduction that will reflect here in the score, and it is a 5.423.
Monster Jam fans, I am here with Ade, and you know what? I have something really cool for you. Free Chick-fil-A for an entire year. How does that sound, Ade?
Good.
Sounds good. Okay, not only that, if you get this right, everybody in section right here, 116, will have a free kids meal. Oh yeah, but first, let's play head-to-head showdown. Let's see who we have on the Monster Jam video board. Okay, 10 is the score to beat. You have to name as many colors as you can within 10 seconds, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Purple, blue, yellow, orange, red, lavender, green, orange, teal, white, black, brown.
Yeah, you got it. Free Chick-fil-A for an entire year. And everybody here in section 116, you get a free kids meal at Chick-fil-A. You get free Chick-fil-A. You get free Chick-fil-A. Make some noise, everybody.
Congratulations! Free Chick-fil-A for a year broad day. And you, the fans, also can get free Chick-fil-A. Scan the QR code. And you fans as well can get free Chick-fil-A. That is the kids' meal if you download the QR code. If you already have the QR code, all you need to do is turn on your location services. We would love to give you some free Chick-fil-A kids meals courtesy of our friends here at Chick-fil-A Houston. I need all of you on the count of 3 to scream Gravedigger as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. Seconds left on the clock for Tyler Miniga and Gravedigger. Lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip, bounces. 36 seconds left.
Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger. Scoring is open, 20 seconds on the clock. Let's lock in those scores now.
Tyler Miniga and Gravedigger ends his freestyle run with the bicycle combination sidewall donut into the save. There he is, makes a noise. It is time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Your scores are locked. Tyler, you ready to see your score? Let's see that score. We got a new leader, 9.518, Tyler Miniga, Gravedigger. Take a look at the Super Glued to the Action replay brought to you by Tyler Miniga and Gravedigger. Big air, big transfers. some nice hang time, lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip, and then ends the things with that bicycle combination move to take the top spot.
Up and cruising, it is the Crazy Bull, Jamie Gardner, El Toro Loco. Jamie, what is it like for you to be part of a group of very elite drivers that have been behind the wheel of the Crazy Bull?
You know, honestly, it is crazy. We come here week in, week out. All these guys out here, pretty much family to us. They drive us. Then all these fans behind that Crazy Bull for 25 years really drive us. Getting to watch Lupe tonight, get inducted into Monster Jam Hall of Fame, that is the coolest thing ever to really drive that 25 years. Going to make it super special for everybody.
I gotta say, we really started off the freestyle competition right with you setting the bar high. It was really brave of you to hit the backflip ramp within 30 seconds of your run.
You know what? We've been doing it every once in a while. I had a bunch of fans today ask me, are you going to flip first hit? As soon as I realized I was first in freestyle because they yanked Cole out of the show for some technical move or something. I don't know what it was. It's kind of crazy, but whatever. You know, going out first for freestyle, first hit flip, seemed like the best thing to do. Houston fans here are the craziest Monster Jam fans in the world. Look at the stadium, you know, packed. We'll come back next weekend and they will pack this house again.
These fans are loud, they are wild, and we're going to get back to the freestyle action.
Monster Jam fans, I have a few fans here who introduce the next truck.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Corey Rummel and Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Yeah!
Seconds left on the clock for Ringling Bailey Circuit. Looks like he's taking a look at the Morgan & Morgan backflip. Lands it with 17 seconds left. Make some noise for Corey Rummel, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com, the code HOU. If you've not started scoring, do so now. Corey Rummel and Ringling Bailey Circuit throwing down a nice freestyle run, hitting the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. giving us some big hang time, some big air, nice momentum. Scores are locked. Your score for Ringling Bailey Circuit is a good score, solid score, 8.844. That puts him in the third spot. Let's take a look at our replay brought to you by the original Super Glue, glued to the action replay. The hang time, the nice transfers throughout the runs. Of course, landing the backflip there as well. Corey Rummel and Ringling Bailey Circuit throwing down a nice freestyle. And you, the fans, have put him currently in the third spot. Remember, the score to beat still, though, is the Rod Ryan Show, 9.349, or excuse me, sorry. Gravedigger with a 9.518. That is the score to beat. There we stand in the freestyle competition leaderboard. Gravedigger, the Rod Ryan Show, and Ringling Bailey Circuit are top 3 competitors. If you're ready for Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck Rec Deck, I need you all to scream! .60 seconds left on the clock for Tech Deck Rec Deck. Under 50 seconds. The Morgan & Morgan backflip, he lands it. 38 seconds left.
Make some noise for Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Rec Deck. 20 seconds on the clock, judgeszone.com. Log in those scores now.
A little trickery there at the end. I thought he was going to be able to save it, and just not enough there. Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck Rec Deck gives us a great freestyle there. Lands the Morgan & Morgan backflip. And then, of course, the big ending there. Almost a save from Bryce Kenny. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Your scores are in. Your score for Tech Deck Rec Deck is 8.434.
Well, Monster Jam fans, time for us to have a little bit more fun here in the stands. We're going to put up the Monster Jam wheel, and we're going to spin it. Whatever it lands on, that is the thing we're going to do. Spin it. have some muscles in the house. Let's see them on the flex cam. Okay, hold on a second. I think, okay, nice. Let's spin the Monster Jam wheel again, beautiful people. Let's see what it will land on this time. It's the robot cam. Oh, no, wait a minute. It's the disco cam. Disco. That's kind of disco. We'll let it slide. No problem. Where are the mommies and daddies? Because I know y'all know how to disco. Well, that was all for the Monster Jam spinning the wheel. Now, you guys ready for more freestyle? Get loud now! Let's hear it for Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. 20 seconds on the clock, judgeszone.com. Lock in those scores, Houston, now.
Ryan Anderson and son of a digger, the only one so far tonight to try to attempt that 8-pack Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp there. Let's take a look, though, at the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. Ryan Anderson and the son of a digger completing his freestyle run there. Get those scores locked in. He's got one freestyle win under his belt here this season. Scores are locked. Your score for son of a digger is 7.959.
One of the newest trucks to the Monster Jam fleet, it is Bryce Kinney, Tech Deck Rack Deck. Bryce, fantastic freestyle. the end, the finish was wild, crazy. That is the chaos that we love in freestyle.
Well, it was definitely not the way I wanted to crash. I wasn't trying to turn it over. I was trying to cut it into a donut at the very end of the freestyle, and I just couldn't get it. And for whatever reason, too, after we got the truck back on all four tires, I threw it in reverse, tried to give it a little pep of the throttle, and it's like the motor hesitated. So I don't know, but it's all right. We had so much fun. Houston, NRG Stadium, we love coming here. We love you guys. Who out there likes big air? Who out there loves them some backflips? Who out there is using their outside voice tonight here at Monster Jam? Let me hear you!
We love NRG Stadium. We travel all around the globe with Monster Jam, but we always say there is nothing like a Saturday night in Houston, Texas.
That's right. You crowd, man, you guys are always loud. They're wild. And it's interesting, too, because this dirt, I feel like every time we come to Houston, this Houston dirt is different every single night. And that makes it exciting for us as drivers and for you as fans, because I don't think there's ever been a show here in Houston like any other show at NRG Stadium. And that's a testament to all the crew guys behind the scenes that work their butts off making this stuff happen, all the drivers, but more than anything, it's every single one of you that have your butts here in these seats right now here tonight, but your job's not done tonight. You still got one more truck for freestyle, but who's ready?
Let's hear it for our final truck in Monster Jam Freestyle. Houston, let's hear ya!
Monster Jam fans, take a look at the video board. There is a tie for your St. Jude ambassador of the event. You need to break this tie right now. Zombie and Sparkle Smash both have 21% of the donations to their name. Scan the QR code right now. We are going to try to break this tie right now, live to you fans here in NRG Stadium. Sparkle Smash with 21% of the donations to her name. Zombie and Barry Musauer, 21% of the donations to his name. All right. Your winner is Barry Musauer and Zombie, your St. Jude ambassador of the event. And he is your final freestyle competitor. $60 left for Barry Musauer and Zombie. Turns the corner to look at the Morgan & Morgan backflip. lands it for the people. 30 seconds left.
Let's hit it for Barry Usauer Zombie. 20 seconds on the clock. Lock in those scores, judgeszone.com.
He is our final driver here of Monster Jam Freestyle. There he is, Brian Usauer and Zombie. Get those scores locked in as we're about to crown a freestyle winner and an overall event champion. Score to beat Gravedigger, 9.518. That is the score to beat. Your score for Zombie is 8.369, which means your freestyle winner, Tyler Meniga, Gravedigger.
Tyler, you said earlier today that tonight you wanted to seek redemption in Monster Jam Freestyle in Houston, and you have certainly done it.
Yeah, you know what, Houston, you know what, I say this a lot of times, but I truly mean it right here. There is nothing like a Saturday night Monster Jam event inside NRG Stadium here in Houston. Look how many fans are out here, guys. The energy in this stadium is what pushes us to drive as hard as we can out here. All those Gravedigger shirts supporting that black and green truck and that crazy old man Dennis Anderson for 44 years, baby. That's why I drive the way I do. I will never stop, I promise you that. I hope you guys had a fun time at Monster Jam tonight, and I will see you next time. Thank you.
Congratulations to Tyler Meniga and Gravedigger, but take a look at the video board with 31 points. Your BKT overall event champion is Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Wreck Deck.
It's about time!
A huge celebration down on the track. Bryce, we always say that consistency is key. This is proof of that. Taking home your very first overall event championship of 2026.
Yeah, and this season has kicked our butts so far, whether it's bad luck, me not doing my job, weird truck breakage, or whatever it might be. And Matt and I have been together now for about 5 years. He's been my crew chief. And we were looking at each other last weekend in Anaheim. We were frustrated. We were mad. And I told him, just like a married couple that fights every once in a while, we just got to get past that and get back to our ways of just doing our thing and winning. It wasn't the best freestyle of our career, but we came out here. We were consistent in racing. We did our thing in skills. To take home this overall, it's a testament. Don't quit. Make sure the team dynamic is always right. Fight for that more than anything else, and good things will come.
Let's give it up for your overall event champion, Bryce Kenny, Tech Deck, Wreck Deck.
Congratulations to Bryce Kenny and Tech Deck, Wreck Deck. That entire team, Matt Delsander, they are having a blast out there. They're showing a lot of emotion. They are excited.
They were really happy, Kay. Very happy. I do want to know if everybody here in Houston is also happy. You had a good time, Houston?
Oh yeah, we always have a great time here in H-Town. Of course, we're going to be back here next week, Jabari, for 2 events. You excited?
I'm so excited. I love Houston. I only grew up 4 hours from here in Shreveport, so kind of family, I guess.
Listen, I still have a lot more kolaches to eat, a lot more seafood boil to eat. So, hey, we're going to see you back here next time, next week, of course, 2 events, Saturday and a Sunday. And you still have time to head up to the concourse, grab your official Monster Jam merchandise. On behalf of Jabari Thomas and KCG, I am Kay Young. We hope you had fun, and we'll see you next week at Monster Jam.
The keys in the ignition, so drivers fire your engines. It's a battle to the end. Never give up, never give in. It's grit and guts, dirt and dust. Get out your seat and put your hands up. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right, let's go. This is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, Jam, Jam. Yeah. It's wheelies and backflips, donuts and burnouts and walk-its. Full throttle, head to head. You be the judge of which truck's gonna win. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right, let's go. This is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster Jam, Jam, Jam. When I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say jam. Monster, monster. Let's ride, we got the green light. It's a party in the pit tonight. That's right, let's go. This is how we roll on tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on dirt. It's the Monster